Hello, once again. Welcome to another opinions video. Today I might have accidentally shaved off my mustache. How's your day going? Hey! So, I accidentally shaved off my mustache and now I look like Abraham Lincoln or someone who makes their own butter. Talking about the Amish. So I went and saw Split the other day with my friend Tim. If you don't know who Tim is, here's a short clip showing you who he is.
Do you get scared at anything?
Nah, stop messing with my light switches. Tim. You fucking bitch. So today I'm going to be talking about the movie Split. Now, for those of you who don't know, Split is M. Night Shyamalan's next lovely feature blockbuster that was gracious enough to hit theaters for us all. M. Night Shyamalan, as you probably remember, is the director of fantastic movies until The Village. So as you can imagine, this one is... So this is going to be a quick video. It's going to be very different to what I'm used to doing. It's going to be pretty much unscripted. So I apologize if I just tangent a little bit. But I thought this would be a nice, unique way of doing this. Also, you can stare at my goddamn stupid beard right now. So first, I want to talk about the trailer, which is the main focus of why I went to the movie. It's what influenced me and gripped me into watching it. The trailer's a lie. Don't go watch the movie because of the trailer. The trailer is a big fucking lie. The main headline of the trailer was 23 identities. What happens when there's 24? Or something like that. It was focusing on just how many identities this guy had. In the actual movie, you see 7. On top of only seeing 7, 3 were in the movie for a total of 2 minutes. That's not 2 minutes each. For a total of 2 minutes, you see 3 separate ones. The main focus of the movie is based around 2 identities, and there's a third one in there just walking around, and then there's the guy's actual identity. Where's the rest of my fucking identities? M. Night? I was promised more. Now I know why they did this, because it's going to be kind of difficult to get one actor talented enough to play 23 different characters in one movie, and it will become a bit jarring with 23. But here's some advice. If you're going to do that, probably don't advertise 23 identities, maybe. Maybe it would be wise to not advertise it if you're not willing to do it. Just saying. I mean, 7 in itself is a lot. So, my main disappointment with this movie is that it had a amazing amount of potential. It had me hooked from the idea of it. A man with multiple personalities has kidnapped children, and I don't know why. It would be very interesting if they played it in a way where some of the identities didn't know the children were kidnapped. Sorry, I should elaborate more for those who have actually seen the movie, because there is some identities that don't know that people have been kidnapped. I mean, those identities actually get to come and be a part of the movie. That would be nice. So there'd be one identity, perhaps, that opens up the door where the girls are in and like, oh my god! And then snaps back to the other one. Or something like that. I thought that the identity change would be a lot more interesting in the movie than it was. Legitimately, the identity change in the movie was he leaves the room and comes back as someone else. I think he changes identity once or twice in front of people, and it's literally just either him standing up straight or hunching down. It's nothing interesting. It's not like... They didn't experiment much, is what I'm saying. I will say this for the movie. Every second James McAvoy is on screen is a delight. I think he's a genuinely fantastic actor, and he held this movie together himself. Everyone else and everyone else's story. This probably isn't the actor's fault. It's just the writing was really boring, and I just didn't give a shit. When we started seeing the flashback of the girl and all that stuff, whilst I was like, okay, yeah, I get it, stop. I should probably add some context here. Hey, just letting you all know, this is a afterthought, this little bit here. Good little fun bit for me to you. So just letting you know that the flashbacks that the girl trapped in the room has is about her pedophilic uncle. I will bring it up later. I just thought I should let you know now so you don't just go, what the fuck, why is he talking about a pedophile? There you go. Hope you enjoy the rest. But I just didn't care. For some reason in a movie with a man with 23 unique personalities kidnaps girls, I don't really want the main focuses of the screen time to be those girls. I kind of want to see what's going through this guy's head, maybe? No? Just, alright, cool. Give me 2 personalities to look at while he tells him to clean a bathroom. That's fucking sweet. The trailer also misleaded me because it made it seem like what was going on was they were looking for him, like he was hiding out somewhere and they were actively seeking him out, which is not the case in the movie at all. Because what I thought was going to happen was this therapist girl who is narrating most of the trailer, and she's a big part of the movie, don't get me wrong, I thought she was like accounting to someone, and that person that she was talking to was looking for him, which was not the case. No one was looking for him at all. In fact, he walked around the street quite a lot like it was nothing. Now, the main reason that brought me to believe this, as some of you might be asking, is because in the trailer and in the movie, the father saw him. Saw his face. He wasn't on any wanted posters. He wasn't on the news. It's like the father had his child kidnapped, and then he was just like, it happens. So I don't get it from that point of view. The father never comes back into the movie at all. It's like he didn't give a shit. Because at the beginning of the movie, he was a kind of a big factor in that first scene. He was like, oh, we'll give this girl a lift. And then he gets knocked out. And then Personality Boy sits in the car. And then they're like, sir, I think you have the wrong car. Which is a silly reaction. Let's be honest. I kind of made fun of it on stream a little bit because it's silly. But it is a silly reaction for some random sitting in the driver's seat of your car. Just, sir, I think you have the wrong car. No. More like, can you get the fuck out of my car? Or bail. There was ample opportunity for them all to get out of the car before he maced them. And anyway, we're going on tangents. The therapist was very suspicious throughout the movie, but she didn't be too suspicious, if you know what I mean. Like, she was questioning which identity she was talking to, and that's as suspicious as she's got. She was like, I know it's Dennis, and she kept building up that Dennis is a bad guy. And she kept saying, oh, I know you're Dennis, but she didn't pursue it any further than just saying, I know it's Dennis. Her story confused me because she kept getting emails from one of the personalities warning her and saying, we're in big trouble, but she didn't pursue it. She didn't pursue it at all. I'm pretty sure if any sort of therapist or psychiatrist got an email from one of their patients saying, urgent, in trouble, the police would be sent to their home. If you're a good therapist, that is, you wouldn't be like, we need an immediate session now then. I don't know, man. This movie was PG. I think that's all I need to say about that. It's PG. It's a PG horror movie. Alright, so now we're going to head into a little bit of more spoiler territory. I know I've said some on the line spoiler stuff, but this is where it's like we're going to start talking about the ending and the twists and all that. So if you don't want to see what I have to say, I'm surprised you've made it this far. Okay, So we're going to talk about the Beast, which is the 24th identity that's been teased at. The Beast was a gigantic letdown. So they were building it up as in there's like, oh, the personalities have unique biology to each other because reasons, something about like if the person believes that they have this, then they have this. So like say a woman believes she has diabetes but the actual person doesn't, that personality has diabetes. I don't get it, but righto. So the Beast was teased as like this super being of like strength and impervious skin and can't die sort of thing. Now, when you tease something like that, my recommendation would be to show the transformation of the character, show him going like, ah, and then don't show the character. Kind of like the Evil Dead did with its monsters. Don't show the character. Because, let's be honest, when I saw James McAvoy as the Beast, I laughed because, now don't get me wrong, James can be pretty intimidating, but he doesn't exactly strike me as a superhuman being. I mean, I guess he was in those X-Men movies, but I mean, like, extremely strong. They were building up as, like, juggernaut-sized, impervious skin, but he was just James McAvoy standing up straight with a couple more veins. So, I guess. Also, just as a side note, that running sequence, what the fuck was that? Just for like 4 to 5 different shots, they just showed James McAvoy running down the street. What? And now we get to the ending. So the ending was really weird. Like, unnecessarily strange. And I'm not talking about the end credits scene ending. We'll get to that.
Hey, I'm back. So I actually didn't mean to say end credits scene, and I say it multiple times, so I apologize in advance. But it's actually before the credits, so technically I guess it would be considered the ending, but it's like a short snippet like an end credit scene. It's like an end credit scene before the credits, so I don't know, man. Just take it or leave it, I guess.
But I'm talking about the final showdown ending. So what happens is the last girl alive, she shoots him and it does nothing because he's the Beast. And then she takes her shirt off and she's got scars all over him, all over herself. And the Beast sees this and says, "You are not unscathed, therefore I will not eat you." Righto. So pretty much throughout the whole movie, it was said that they need pure souls for the Beast or something. And she was like molested as a child, so apparently she's not a pure soul, and she has scratches on her, so she's not a pure soul or something like that. I don't really understand. It was just a bit weird that this being who just had this unquenched bloodthirst would just not attack because she's got some scars. I mean, I've got a scar on my forehead, I've got a scar on my finger. Do I just, like, if this superhuman being runs at me, do I just be like, "Oi, I got a scar here"? And he'll be like, "Oh shit, sorry bro, I didn't know, my bad." I mean, like, I'm pretty sure almost anyone can have a scar. That was terribly worded. I'm pretty sure almost everyone has a scar or some kind of permanent wound, you know what I mean? So the Beast has become incredibly flawed. Now I'm going to talk about the end credit scene. It was revealed at the end credits that this movie is in the same universe as Unbreakable. Personally, I love Unbreakable. I think it's an amazing movie and it's one of the last good movies M. Night did. But this didn't feel like a, oh my god, it's all connected. It didn't feel like an Avengers reveal at the end of Iron Man sort of thing, you know what I mean? It felt more or less like, see, I can still make good movies. This is a good movie because it's attached to this movie, isn't it? Is it good? It is now, because if you say this is bad, then Unbreakable has to be bad. It felt it felt very much like, like it, please. I adore Unbreakable. I think it's a great movie, and this was not even close to Unbreakable at all. So, stop. Well before this movie came out, me and my friends speculated what the twist would be, because it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. There's going to be a twist. There's going to be a twist and a turn. And what we speculated was several different things. Mine was a joke. Mine was a joke ending, but it was still better than the twist we got. My joke ending was that he didn't have 23 split personalities. He just had 23 twins. I don't know what the word for 23 identical siblings is. I know it's not twins, but I thought that would be funny as hell if that was true. I was really hoping that would be true. My mate, my good friend and buddy, Tater, had the ending that the 3 girls he kidnapped are also personalities of his. I thought that was very, very good, and I legitimately thought that's what was going to happen. I thought it was going to come to the end of the movie, and he was going to be talking to himself at the end. And I thought that would have been really good. The way things were going, I thought that would have been a really good ending. But no, what we got was I don't want to hurt you because you got scars. And also, you guys remember Unbreakable? I think the movie could have been a hell of a lot better if they focused more on the unique personalities and how there could be conflict between one person with different personalities inside themselves, then rather focusing on this supernatural being sort of thing. I mean, if it was teased from the beginning of this supernatural being of like, but like halfway through the movie, they just started teasing a supernatural being. So I don't really understand why they didn't start from the beginning and be like, the Beast. But it was more or less, it was just, I would have preferred if they focused on the personalities rather than this, people with this disorder can become crazy strong and stuff. Also, weird side note, when the Beast is climbing that wall, that was single-handedly the funniest thing I've ever seen, because it just looked like some dude without a shirt on doing rock climbing, and it didn't look supernatural at all. It just looked like, hey, look at me, ma'am. The biggest thing that pissed me off that I kept seeing was the, is M. Night back everywhere? No. This movie just tickled the balls of people who really like Unbreakable, and that's it. A standalone movie of this, that's my biggest problem with this. It's not even a bad movie. It's just so, Another one of my major problems is that it suffered from sequel lust, I guess you'd call it. Instead of wrapping up stories, instead of providing some form of conclusion, they did a sequel thing where it's like, I guess you'll have to watch the next movie to find out what happens. The bad guy gets away, and nothing is wrapped up. The pedophile story about the girl isn't wrapped up at all. Like, there's a cop, and she says, your uncle's here to come get you, and she just looks at the cop, and then that's it. Wrap something up. Have some form of conclusion, please. Anything. Instead of just, she made it out because she's got scratches on her body. I think the character development in the personalities was very interesting. I enjoyed Dennis. I thought he was a very interesting character. Someone with OCD who believes in this omnipresent being and is just uncomfortable to be around. And then the next second, that man turns into a 9-year-old child who likes socks. So I thought that was a very interesting thing. I wanted more of that. I didn't want just... The second the Beast came into the story, I feel like the movie started getting dull because they stopped introducing personalities. They stopped exploring how these personalities interact with the girls. Patricia was interesting because she was a very conservative nun-type woman in the body of a man. I thought that was interesting. I would have liked to see more of that. because I found her very creepy because she reminded me of my grandmother. So I was somehow getting reminded of my grandmother while looking at James McAvoy's face. So I was interested to see what else he could do with this, because he has potential to do more. I was very, very interested to see what other personalities would come out, and then all we got was a couple video diaries and him becoming himself and saying, "Oh, what's going on?" and then changing back. So it had a lot more potential than it showed us. I was a lot more interested in the idea of the movie than the movie itself. Please tell me what you thought of this and the movie itself in the comment section below. I am very eager to hear your opinions on this. If I got anything wrong, please don't be afraid to call me out for it. I would love to correct myself if I have gotten any misconceptions in this video. Overall, this movie was meh. I'd recommend seeing it just to see it, but if you had a choice between this and something else, choose something else. It's okay. When we were leaving the theater, there was a lot of people who were like, "Oh my god!" Except they weren't like that because I'm Australian, so that doesn't make any sense. They were very shocked by it, and I don't think M. Night Shyamalan's really delivered a shocking ending since Sixth Sense. So, I mean, I guess pretty much, if you didn't know what Unbreakable was, that end credit scene is going to go over your head, and the rest of the movie is going to look like kind of garb. So yeah, I'm planning on uploading a lot more on this channel. I've got a shit ton of ideas planned. I just need to lay them out there and finish writing scripts and all this. This video was unscripted. If you'd like to see more of me just rambling like this, let me know. If this video does well, I'll do another one of them on the Assassin's Creed movie, because I saw that as well. But then again, that one might take about an hour. Ugh. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next video. I won't see you because it's a video. Bye!